everyone, Zach with MotoTrax here, doing a video on some of the track install essential things that you need to know and make sure you get it right. We've had a lot of questions on these, so I want to make a video and help clear all that up. So first we want to show you the strut. Since we do have the adjustable strut, there's been a lot of people asking on how far they can adjust it out and where it needs to be. Generally what we do, we tell people to kind of start out with having your bike balance. Like the way it looks on tires, that's kind of the balance it should hold. You should generally have no more than about 3/4 of an inch of thread showing here. But you can kind of visually see how much thread's out there. That looks about good. Any more than that, you probably would call us up and need to get a new or longer strut, and we can get it all set up for you. Of course, you can run it all the way low, but then you can raise it up as well, get it wherever you want. So a couple other things we wanted to show you is you always got to make sure these clamshells are aligned. If they're not, you could cause excessive chain wear and wear out your sprockets too quick. So always make sure they're in the same notch, whether you have to count them, visually line them, make sure that's all good. You're also going to want to make sure that your chain is lined up on the chain guide there. So you have to visually line that up to make sure. So you get in the back and kind of look at it and make sure that the center runner on the chain guide is lined up with the sprocket so it'll roll right, and make sure that the chain is lined up and that you get proper chain wear out of it. Another thing you're going to want to do is make sure you don't get your chain too tight, because even though there's really no flex in there, you still don't want to run it too tight. It's too hard on everything. So it's good to just leave it a little bit loose. This one's may be ready for adjustment, but just don't run it overly tight, you know, a couple fingers in there and you should be good. And then same thing with this outside chain. Just make sure you're not running it too tight, but again, there's no flex there, so you can run it a little tighter than you do on your dirt bike. So one other thing we wanted to show you is the track adjusters here. So when your kit comes to you, your track's not going to be at proper tension, so you're always going to have to loosen this up once you get it installed. Press down on the rear grab bar a couple times, but you're also going to want to like grab a rubber hammer and hit these rear idler wheels a couple times in the front. Just give them a few good hits, make sure nothing's bound up. Then you're going to want to make sure that's tightened back down, because it's essential on this kit is to make sure that's to the proper torque. So 100 Newton meters, and make sure, otherwise it could loosen up too much, and if you run the track too loose, it could come off. So just always make sure that's adjusted properly and that you get that torque down to 100 Newton meters, and you should be good to go. All right, so this has been the MotoTrax Install Essentials. Thank you for watching. If you have any further questions, please just give us a call at our 1-800 number, or send an email and a picture to sales@moto-trax.com.